I'm a broke college student. I don't have much money. So, when I saw this house for rent, I thought, perfect. It was so cheap. I couldn't pass it up. I know it sounds like something out of a horror movie, like The Conjuring or something. Right. A person rents a super cheap place in the middle of nowhere, and it's haunted. But I don't believe in ghosts, even if they exist. What does it matter? I just needed a place to live. Somewhere quiet. So, I rented it. The first 2 weeks were fine. I unpacked my stuff and settled in. The house was isolated, tucked away in the woods with no neighbors nearby, and that suited me just fine. I liked the peace and quiet. But then, there was a smell. At first, I thought maybe it was just a dead animal nearby, a raccoon or a squirrel or something, but it wasn't that bad. It didn't bother me too much. Couple of times I saw tiny handprints on my windows and mirror. As I said, I don't believe in paranormal, but this did creepy me a bit. But as the days passed, the smell got worse. It was so strong, it was almost unbearable. I sprayed perfume. I cleaned every inch of the house, but it didn't go away. I tried to ignore it. Finals were coming up, and I needed to focus. I didn't have time to dwell on the smell. But then things got stranger. My keys. I'd set them down in one place, and the next time I went to grab them, they were somewhere else entirely. I live alone. There's no one else around. I don't have roommates. No one visits unannounced. At first, I thought maybe I was just being forgetful. Maybe my friend had come over when I wasn't home, moved them around. But that didn't feel right either. And then, it started happening more often. My stuff kept disappearing, or it would be in a completely different place. But the weirdest thing was that I started seeing things. Shadows out of the corner of my eye, moving when nothing was there. It was subtle at first, so I told myself I was just tired, that I had a lot on my plate. But then it escalated. I started hearing things, footsteps, whispers, soft knocking on the walls. I didn't tell anyone. I figured I'd just let it pass. Maybe it was just my imagination, or maybe the house was old, creaky. That night, everything changed. I was lying in bed, trying to fall asleep, when I heard a scream, a blood-curdling scream. It sounded like someone was in pain, or in danger. I shot out of bed, my heart hammering in my chest, and ran outside, thinking someone was hurt. But there was nothing. The yard was empty, dead silence. I stood there for what felt like forever, trying to make sense of what had just happened. Was it a dream? But I knew I had heard it. It was real.